Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
Welcome back to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast, guys. Divisional round is over. It is time for the conference of the NFL. But before we get into that, I'll introduce my guest here. Of course, he is the Hall of Famer of, it looks like the golf of America at this point, maybe. It's Misbah. Misbah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, bro. What about you?
I'm doing good, man. And my last guest, of course, he is the Texan Hall of Famer. It is Steven. Steven, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
Guys, let's talk about the divisional round. Where do you want to start? Because there's a lot of messy games here we had.
Start where yeah. Should we get the Texans game out of the way?
We could.
Yeah, sure.
Let's just get into the let's get into Mark Andrews. So the Bills beat the Baltimore Ravens. Mark Andrews dropped that catch. Devastating. It was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Fans donated $36K for Mark Andrews. Bills Mafia after that dropped because they felt bad for him.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, it wasn't totally on him. Lamar made some dumb plays, man. It just sucks to see. The interception, I was like, what the heck are you doing, bro? And then the fumble. It's like, really? It was just the turnovers.
Yeah, they scored on those turnovers.
Yeah, outside of that, they had the yards, relatively decent performance by defense and stuff, but you cannot have 3 turnovers, man. It feels like every year something just goes wrong in the playoffs for the Ravens, where they turn over the ball or just have some miscommunication, but that's really what did it.
Yeah, miscommunication was a big key. And also, man, they were not using Derrick Henry towards the end of the fourth quarter or during the fourth quarter as much.
Yeah, that's true.
That's your main guy. You should just use him throughout the whole game, like how they played against Steelers. Freaking Derrick Henry went through them, but they didn't do it this time. But shout out to Mark Andrews. He must be really sad. But if you hear this, don't worry, man. There's always next year. I heard that he might leave the Ravens.
Is he a free agent?
I think it would be best for everybody.
I mean, especially in fantasy, he a few weeks he's been making like 0 points. So maybe it's the best for everyone.
He picked it up at the end. In the beginning, it was really bad. But yeah, the fumble he had was really crucial. Came at a really bad time after they were like on a good run. And then, of course, the drop catch at the end. Just like, bro, that's tough.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. Just got to make the catch sometimes.
All right. Well, the Bills are in. The other matchup of the AFC was Texans against Chiefs. I would say right now, how did the Chiefs cheated in this game? It blew my mind.
Man, it's not like I didn't expect anything else to happen, but some of these calls, man. Oof.
Okay,
when
Mahomes was running around and playing like a fool, and then he just drops down, and then both of the Texans hit each other, and that's a foul on them. That's bogus. Complete bogus.
Mahomes, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Steven, how do you feel, man? Are you okay?
I mean, I told you before the game. I called everything that was going to happen.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. There will be, because of that game, I think there will be slight changes. Maybe they'll start doing the quick review for certain penalties and stuff like that. I think that'd be great.
Yes, and especially when Mahomes was trying to flop when he's trying to get out of bounds.
Especially
mean-
quarterback sliding late. I think that
Yes.
should be a rule of emphasis in the offseason.
That should be like at least foul on the quarterback if he does that every time.
He potentially got two people injured on one play, so
Yeah, I'm sure
he
they got
should get in
concussions
trouble
by
for
now.
that. Yeah.
Well, the Chiefs cheated in that game against the Texans. They're now in the conference against the Bills. But let's go and look at the other side, the NFC side. I think the upset is this one. The Lions and Commanders. The Commanders beat the Lions. It was a great matchup.
That is crazy.
Let's go, Commanders.
Did not expect that to happen, but that's some crazy stuff. Jared Goff looked a little bit out of sorts. He was making some mistakes, to be honest. Pick six. Pick six and had some costly mistakes.
It's kind of what you get with Jared Goff in the playoffs. He's always been like that.
And then the Lions defense didn't play very well either.
No, they played pretty bad.
Do you blame the defense?
No.
But I think it's a whole team thing.
They didn't turn it over 5 times.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it turned over 5 times this time, but
They also didn't stop 40.
It's a lot of firepower out there. And overall, I think just some turnovers, some bad plays, and some mishaps on defense, and then give credit to a really good Commanders team. Played probably their best game of the season. And they played a really good game.
Commanders. Yeah,
So,
Commanders played a great game. I would say, look, Jaden Daniels, the rookie, can he keep going? Can he do it?
Man, I want him to. That Philly team, though, that's a tough team to beat. Not gonna lie. With Saquon,
in the snow, in Philly, I don't know.
It's gonna be tough, but I mean, we'll see. I think there's a possibility. I think for sure.
Yeah,
possibility.
Yep, there's a chance.
The Rams and Eagles game was an interesting matchup. I think both teams played well. It just Eagles just went on top. It wasn't boring because it wasn't boring like the wildcard games, but this was the least for me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. Yeah.
It's just a solid game from start to finish. Nothing bad, nothing great. Just whatever.
Yeah, no colluding like the Chiefs. Nothing like the Bills and Ravens. All right. Yeah, we were speaking about the Commanders and Eagles. Who do you guys got here?
Probably
NFC
the
Conference.
Eagles. Probably the Eagles.
You don't think Commanders can do it?
I'd say they have a chance, but Saquon Barkley, man.
Yeah, that Eagles
team. O-line is doing what Saquon Barkley is just too crazy right now. But we'll see.
It's my dad's team, so my heart goes with the Commanders. Let's go.
Oh, Washington. Okay. So we got Eagles and Commanders. Look,
speaking of the Lions, since they just lost, their offensive coordinator just signed with the Bears, Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he'd be great, but for the Bears job, no, I don't see this as a win.
Well, look, he joined.
I think they need an experienced head coach, to be honest.
Well, he joined the division rival, or in the same division.
Yeah. No, well, then again, he wasn't a head coach. He's just an offensive coordinator, so I don't know if it has the same charisma as going to a different rival. But yeah, it is to a rival team. But I mean, he had arguably like a Hall of Fame run in Detroit. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if he can fix what's wrong with the Bears.
I would have stayed in Detroit. Y'all got something special going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Just true, but I mean, how often are you going to get an opportunity for a head coach? That was also another thing. That might be the only opportunity he gets. So we'll see.
True. Dan Campbell was really sad in his press conference. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, someone has to lose, and better luck.
That's the thing. I just want everyone to win, except the Chiefs. But yeah.
Honestly, so.
So that was the NFC side. Commanders and Eagles. Great, probably gonna be a great matchup. But the other side is the rematch. The Bills and Chiefs. Who do we have here?
Please save us, Josh Allen. I've seen this story 3 times before and it always ends the same. So, as much as I want to say Bills, I don't know, man. I can just hope for Buffalo. Is all I can say. But 3 times, 3 same results. Let's see. Can he do it this time? I mean, eventually he's got to win, right? Right? Maybe. Eventually, gotta beat him himself sometime. I remember back in the day when there was like a big honchos of the AFC where Brady and Manning. Brady would always win the playoffs for like a really long time, and then eventually Manning won like a couple times with the Colts. So, I mean, it took a while, but eventually, I think they showed a stat with like Lamar because he's now 3-5 in the playoffs. Peyton Manning was also 3-5 playoffs actually at one point, and then he picked it up. He ended up winning 2 rings. Nothing crazy, but he still won 2 rings. So, anyways,
it's because of Brady and Mahomes. You expect success from your good team every time, and
exactly.
sometimes
But I mean, hopefully. I mean, Josh Allen may or may not win MVP, but he's arguably having a career year. So we'll see. It'll take everything. We just need the refs on our side.
That 1991 rematch.
Washington.
Well,
man, Buffalo's got to make up for those 4 L's, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Man, I'm mad. I can't imagine living in that era, watching my team go to Super Bowl 4 times losing. Yeah, I would actually go insane. Losing to 1 Super Bowl is crazy enough.
That's why there's a Bills Mafia. They have a cult now.
No,
so
I believe
they want to win.
I believe it, bro.
No, the Colts is the
Colts. What was that?
I said the Colts are the Colts.
That's true.
Gotcha.
Yeah, all right. You got me. All right. Bills and Chiefs. We'll see what happens. I just don't want any collusion. No cheating. No flopping. No Taylor Swift. Why was Caitlin Clark there? At the Texans game.
She's a Chiefs fan.
She's a Chiefs fan.
I thought she was from Indiana.
She's from Iowa.
Oh, Iowa.
Well, she lives in Indiana now, I think, because of the team.
She plays
but yeah, I think she's been a Chiefs fan for a while.
Oh.
It makes sense, but no offense. I don't care that either of them are at the game.
Yeah,
that's true. We care about the game. But we will have a great conference here between the NFC and AFC there. But let's get into championship game that happened. I did not watch this game, but Ohio State Buckeyes beat the Notre Dame for the national championship.
The Beavers.
Yeah, it was honestly a little underwhelming. At the end, the score was kind of respectable, but Notre Dame started off strong with the touchdown on the beginning drive, but Notre Dame scored I think 28 in a row, and then it was just like an onslaught for a while there. There was a point where Notre Dame scored a couple and came back, but the end just fell short. So yeah, Ohio State looked like the better team. I think they deserve to win this year.
Yeah,
pretty dominant overall.
They look like it. They earned it. Good for them.
Pretty dominant.
I also hate them, so that's all I can say. Good job.
Oh, who won last year?
Last year was Michigan. Back with JJ McCarthy, who is now on the Minnesota Vikings as of now.
Or on the bench. Or we don't know where he's going to be.
Yeah, next year we don't know because we don't know if Sam Darnold's going to stay. And then I'm assuming McCarthy should be healthy by the season starts. So if he'll be there or if Darnold stays. They also have Daniel Jones in the mix. So Minnesota's going to have some figuring out to do. Let's see.
It'd be very surprising if they trade McCarthy to somewhere else.
I mean, I think it's a possibility they trade McCarthy if they decide to sign Darnold. In that case, I think it might happen. But yeah, I don't know if they will. That's the question.
Y'all saw the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That's what pressure looks like in Darnold.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Sam Darnold's still in his prime. He can like be like a veteran quarterback for McCarthy, but we'll
think so.
see.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I still think he could still probably be a starting quarterback somewhere, though, based on how he played in the beginning of the season.
yeah,
Depends on what he
There's a
wants.
spot, there's a spot somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Well, my next news here, not really news, but it was a headliner. The Celtics hand the Warriors their most lopsided home loss in 40 years with a 125-85 win. Is it time for Steph Curry to be somewhere else or retire?
No, that's your
No,
guy.
no, not his fault.
That's your
Or not
franchise.
totally his fault. Yeah,
Uh,
we'll see.
uh, but I feel like Draymond Green should be. I think he's past his prime.
Yeah,
Oh,
Draymond is.
you know, it's past his point.
Yeah, go get LeBron, damn it.
Go get LeBron,
Finish
man.
his
Go get
career on a
LeBron.
high note.
Oh my God, LeBron James and Steph Curry in the same team. It'd be an all-star every week or every game. I
It'll be fun
can't
to
see that
watch.
happening.
Yeah,
We saw it in the Olympics,
it's probably the only time we'll see it.
and it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
They do look good. The other news here, Charles Barkley's in the news.
Doctor.
He plans to skip the NBA All-Star game because of the San Francisco. He called it a rat-infested state or city.
Jeez,
Damn, Barkley. They're
that's
on fire.
crazy.
Leave them alone.
Rat infested is crazy.
I mean, the one that's rat-infested for sure is New York, but if San Francisco is, maybe he's talking about the people or the city itself. But yeah, Charles Barkley does not like.
No.
He doesn't like San Antonio, and now San
Yeah.
Francisco.
I think he's
Like, does not like
hateful,
Galveston, Texas.
man.
I'll tell you that.
Them women in San Antonio.
Oh, they're
Galveston,
big.
Texas water.
Shout out to
That
you.
dirty Galveston water is crazy.
Ugh. The other news here is the baseball world is upset. LA Dodgers signed Tanner Scott to a 4-year, $72 million deal. Why are people upset?
They're building a super team with no restrictions because baseball has no cap like other sports, so they can. As long as they have the money, they can do whatever the hell they want.
So it's like completely no cap, infinite money. That's crazy. It
Why do you
makes
think
sense.
the
They're
Yankees
getting
were
these,
so good for so long?
these billion-dollar deals. Makes sense now.
Oh, God.
That's why it's hard for small market teams to do anything. And then when it's time to pay those players, they're like, I want to go play for the Yankees. I want to go play for the Dodgers.
Jeez.
Can't stop it. That's why, controversially, Houston was such a big deal. Because it's like, look what they can do. And now you see these other up-and-coming teams like, all right, it's possible.
Damn. But if there's no salary cap, what attracts a player to like a team that's not paying them like the big money?
History.
The lore.
So like in the past, was there a cap or like what history?
Nope. Just the history of the franchise they want to go to.
Mm.
Damn.
Kind of like in college, it's like everyone goes to Alabama because it's Alabama. Not anymore because Alabama sucks now. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
but who would
damn.
want to go to like a lowly team like a Mariners or something? The one that there's like no money and no prospects of like doing good in the future. It's like,
That's
why the
why
hell
they
would I
got
sign
to get
it?
it big in the draft.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's hard.
I remember Molly from First Take. She got mad at Stephen A. Smith because she was mad at him because Stephen A. Smith doesn't like small market teams. He only likes big teams, and she like grilled on him.
Yeah,
Maybe
Renee is a simpleton.
that's what it is.
I get it. A lot of casuals would prefer watching the bigger teams and the more talent, but It's rough.
It is rough. What's a small local team here in Texas besides Cowboys, Texans? Is Stars a top market
Dallas and
team?
Houston aren't considered small market.
Oh, okay.
Those would be like your Portland Trailblazer, your Oklahoma City Thunder, your Orlando Magic, stuff like that.
Mm.
Teams with one team or teams in the middle of nowhere no one cares about. Milwaukee.
I feel like Milwaukee's kind of big, no? Because Giannis, and they kind of brought that up when they won the championship.
They're like mid-level, I would say.
They're a little better.
Mid-level, yeah.
You want to go play with Giannis. You don't want to play for the Bucks.
True. That is true.
They have Dame now, too.
Think of it like that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's more of a player league than a team league.
You just gotta hope that player, your superstar, is loyal to you.
Oh, Dirk
a lot
Nowitzki.
Of them are, a lot of them aren't.
That's true. Dirk Nowitzki is very loyal to the Mavericks. Kobe Bryant. That's all I can think of. Because LeBron switches a lot.
Mm-hmm. He left a small market team in Cleveland to go to a large market team in Miami.
All right. Well, that was today's episode. Final score: AFC and NFC. Who is winning there?
Anybody? Part of me knows it's going to be the Chiefs, but I cannot root for them ever. So I will say Bills 27-24.
Okay, Steven?
Bills 31-14.
14?
No way.
What?
They look very bad.
I can only pray for that.
And Buffalo is better than Houston.
No, but you don't understand, bro. Have you not seen the games the Chiefs have been playing this season? Every time something happens, no matter how bad they play, something always happens.
It's true.
Well, I hope if that happens, I'll be so happy. But these refs, they didn't let it go 14 points, bro.
The script has been letting us down to set us up for this game.
Man, that would be something, though. I'm all in for that. But even if they win by a little bit, I'm fine with that. As long as the Bills win, that's all that matters.
As long as they win. And I really appreciate that AI picture of Mahomes kissing the refs. I love it. I love that picture.
Who said it was AI?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. All right, that was this episode. Misbah, where can they find you, man?
Find me instead of Misbah G6, man.
Fantastic. And Steven, how about you, man?
You can find me anywhere at Chef's Vin LOL, and I also made a Blue Sky, so go check that out.
Ecliptor, who's he? He's trouble.
If you're looking for an amazing podcast that recaps Power Rangers in space, then there's only one stop for you, and that is Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Watch it today, or feel my wrath.
Oh hey, it's Lex Lang, voice of Ecliptor from Power Rangers in Space. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Anthony and Abrar for putting together an amazing podcast that really shows off Power Rangers in Space. So if you haven't seen it or heard it, be sure to tune in. Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. That's right. It's amazing. I think so too.
Now recording.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. We are back with our weekly pick'ems for the NFL. The divisional round is over. Now it is time for the NFC and AFC Conference pick'ems. Before we get into that, let me introduce my guest. Of course, he's always been here since prediction 1, week 1. It is Wally. Wally, how are you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Snowed in. It's 0 degrees. I'm just gonna be toasty this evening, you know.
Oh, I know what you mean. Do you have the results from the divisional round?
Yeah, I have the results.
Okay.
We ended up tying again We only got one pick right. I don't think people should be listening to our picks, man. We just not doing this right for some reason.
Well, and it's getting tougher, right? There's lesser games, and we don't know what we're thinking. But I think we have an idea this time, right?
I think so. Let's get into the conference championship matchups. First up, we have the Commanders at the Eagles. Commanders coming off a shocking win against the Lions. They basically got both of their coordinators full-time jobs elsewhere. And while the Eagles ultimately prevailed through that enduring snow game and great performance by Saquon Barkley and their offensive line against the Rams. So who do you have in this NFC East matchup for the third time this year, Abrar? Who do you have?
Oh man, again, this is a crazy matchup. We have the Commanders, again, rookie team going against one of the tough teams in the NFL. I don't know, to be honest. How about this? I will pick my heart here. Not pick my heart, but I'll pick a team that needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Commanders. I think the Commanders will beat the Eagles. Not only saying that, because, that's what I think, but I think that's what everyone wants. I don't think anyone wants the Eagles to win. I know Saquon Barkley is doing an amazing job on the stats and on the field. But I think we like underdog. And the underdog is Jaden Daniels and his team. So I'm picking the Commanders. How about you, man? What are you thinking?
I cannot agree with you there. I'm going with the Eagles, baby, at home. They are finding ways to win, whether it be in the running game or through Jalen Hurts' arm. Their defense is stout. I think Zach Bond and their leading tackler for their team has been, providing great dividends for their matchup. I know they split the regular season games.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a rookie quarterback make it to the Super Bowl. And not to say Jaden Daniels can't do it, but the buck stops here usually at the championship game. So I cannot see the Eagles losing here, in which, I don't really like them, but they're just too good with Saquon and that O-line, and that's going to get them over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anybody, right? It could be Commanders, it could be Eagles. I feel like it's going to be a great matchup. The wildcard week was terrible, but I think conference will do well here. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, let's talk about them.
We have the Chiefs versus the Bills, the rematch. Man, what are you thinking here?
This is a game that we've all signed up for as a true NFL fan. These teams have been going back and forth for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
And this is just another chapter in their rivalry. Bills squeaking one away against the Ravens last week. They didn't look as dominant as they should, but again, no turnovers, being very respectful of ball control and possession, really got them the dub. Same goes with the Chiefs too, even though Mr. Mahomes is catching these strays with these stupid fouls here and there.
Yeah.
But again, they're finding a way to win. They're making Kelsey get open, which I don't know how you don't cover him, even though he is a little bit older. Doesn't give you a reason to not cover him during the playoffs. So Chiefs squeaking out that win against the Texans seems inevitable. But for this matchup, it's really a toss-up, really close. I am going with the Buffalo Bills to end their drought against the Chiefs in the postseason and get the dub and make it to the Super Bowl. It's going to be relying on Josh Allen for the most part, but don't be surprised if James Cook has something to do with it as well. I think the defense for the Bills is pretty stout. They just have to make sure they're staying in front of their defenders and be able to stop Mahomes and crew. But I think this is the Bills' time. Josh Allen finally gets over the hump, makes it to the Super Bowl for the Bills, and hopefully gets to win one.
Dude, can Josh Allen and the Bills win against the Chiefs? I don't know. What I do know is we need to stop the cheating Chiefs. That's why I call it America. Do you hear me? The
I hear
cheating
you.
Chiefs. We've been through this week after week. The referees are giving the advantage to the Chiefs. You've seen that AI picture of the referees kissing Mahomes. We've all seen it. We all seen it. But what I'm feeling is, I think it's top. Again, we respect Tom Brady and his championships, right? We respect him. But do we respect Mahomes? I don't. The way he plays right now, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think we're learning to unrespect him. I think he was selectable before, but things have been changing.
Yeah, so like on the rise of Mahomes, like, oh man, he's doing great. He's a great quarterback. But now we're at the point where, like, get out. Get out as the face of the NFL. I am picking Josh Allen, if you hear me. I know you just got engaged recently. I don't know if you're busy, but you should be busy on this game. Sir, please beat Mahomes and the Chiefs. I'm going with the Bills.
Yay. Team Buffalo, Buffalo.
The only good New York team right now. But yes, our conference predictions are worth 4 points. So hopefully we'll have a winner by the time we get to the Super Bowl. But yeah, how are you feeling about this conference, man? Are you gonna snuggle in and watch all the games? Or watch all the 2 games?
That's what I plan on doing.
Fantastic. Well, where can I find you, man?
They can find me in New Jersey and when it's cold and below 10 degrees.
Fantastic. And of course, you can follow this podcast on where you're listening, Spotify. I'm also on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Blue Sky. TikTok is back. I'm also there as well. Until then, let's have a great weekend and let's not cheat, You know what I'm saying?
You can say that again.
All right, bye.
Bye.